What's up, guys? I'm going to do a trade recap of the longs that I took today. It is July 30th, and if you watched my last video, it is using genuinely everything that I talked about. I got 240 points on NQ, also made 240% on my options account as well. And so I'm going to go through order flow, alignment, structure, Claude, and Gexpot as well. So coming into open, we got to first look at what the narrative has been yesterday and this entire week. This 28,000 level has been the all expiration put support. We have held it as resistance a lot, right? It has been an area that every time we push above, we have a crazy sell-off. It is the weekly POC of the volume profile and of the TPO chart, and you can see that we've continued to push below it. And then last night, 6 p.m. open, we had a crazy push up to where we're opening New York session about 650 points up with a clear area that we're spending the most time and most volume above us. Now, we know that the overall trend has been moving lower for the last couple weeks or so, but I have a crazy overnight piece of information that we've literally just pushed straight up with very little pullback. And so the overnight trend's bullish. We have that strong magnet above us. And so then I want to use Claude once again for the game plan. And so here's the news that came out. Here are the levels. Here are the strikes. This is NQ and ES. This is the VIX and the 10-year yield. Talk to me. I'm not going to read it. You guys want to read it. That way you can copy it. Please do that. And so once again, dissecting the news, looking at the options information, giving us scenarios, giving us the gamma levels, giving us game plans, and then giving us the full framework for the session. And then obviously giving us a little bit of extra information that could be valuable going into the session. And then more importantly, I sent that at like 8:30. Okay, now it's 9 o'clock. And here's how the market has responded to the news, having a little bit of time for it to digest, still 30 minutes prior to open. So now we have a refinement. We've pushed even higher. We're above that high volatility at 790, that swing level, a lot of blind levels as well. And so we got to keep in mind pre-market acceptance is still provisional acceptance. So just because we're holding it at pre-market doesn't mean that it's going to hold it open, but we are above 790. And I'll talk about why it's that significant. The stretch got even more extreme. So now after giving it all this information, refining it closer to open, this is what I want to see. This is all I need to take trades. The clean frame for the open. Bull continuation. And I want you guys to really pay attention to everything here. 930 candle holds above 790 to 27,816 on any dip. Then we push towards 970, 28,000. The 10-year can hold at or below 4.65 while the VIX stays sub 19. Then the break has both engines and the 28,050 regime flip is live. Or if we push below 790, then we have more levels below us like 700. And then ES can tell the story. That's all I need. That's all I need. And so we've trended up 650 points in the overnight. We're above mini gamma levels, blind levels, one-day max, and that high volatility at 790, which is also a swing level, which also has a gamma 9 level, which also has that blind level at 816. So market opens here, and we have a single dip down to 816. Look, I know 28,000 is a magnet, considering it's where we're spending the most time in volume. I know that we are bullish being above the one-day max and high volatility 0 DTE, considering we've trended up over 600 points in the overnight. I know where we're going. I know what the environment is. So as long as 816 to 790 holds, and I know where we're going, I can align myself with the trend. Also, let's go back to Claude. While ES holds 73.97, ES holds 73.97. Lowest it got was 7,400. The VIX stays below 19, right? Everything's aligned. Let's get a little bit more information. At the time, we're holding major negative gamma, major put gamma, major short gamma, right? Seeing up spikes, seeing that there's going to be some kind of regime change. Sellers are unable to push us lower, holding the level that was going to act as that flip level on a single tap. Sellers are not rewarded for their efforts. We're holding the 21 EMA. We're above the CVD average in an overall uptrend, knowing where we can go. So I got in, of course, took off a couple right before put support. I'm not going to sacrifice ticks. We push through it. I take a couple more off and then get all out at 110, which was yesterday's highs. Obviously, we pushed up a little bit more. No problem, though. It was a very quick and easy 240-point trade. Claude gave me the scenario. The environment said yesterday's high was 28,100. 28,000 has been an insane magnet. We're in an overnight uptrend. And then using options flow, we're above all the major Mentor Q gamma positioning levels, and we're holding them. GexBot is showing me the exact same information, that we are holding this level, and we're seeing that buyers are still supporting out of it. And once we see the major call gamma started coming in at that time, we pushed through the major negative gamma so quickly and went towards that next magnet at that 250 to 300 level, stacked major call gamma. And that's actually where we saw resistance at the highs and ended up moving lower, right? It's magnets, it's level to level. And at the same time, what I want you to know about that is that exact time from like 1030 to 1040, the VIX got exactly down to call resistance essentially and started reversing. And that's when we saw the high. So the VIX was on my side, the 10-year was on my side, GexBot was on my side, Mentor Q was on my side, the trend was on my side. I had magnets, right? So if you can just answer the question, what are we doing? Uptrending. Where are we at? Above major gamma levels. Who's in control? Buyers are in control, and they held the zone where sellers would have had to prove that they were going to move the market lower. Every other day this week and last week, essentially, we just sold off and we haven't had a problem doing so. So then when we see selling efforts not being rewarded after an overnight trend with a clear direction, I know that buyers are in control of this. It's the easiest trade I can take, right? And so the other thing too, it's like, well, where on here, I just put my stop at this level, because if we dip down to 816 to 790 and hold again, I could take another trade. But here I'm trusting the analysis on any dip, and I'm assuming this is the dip, and then seeing the gamma positioning there as well, and seeing that buyers quickly snapped us back up, trading towards that magnet at that 28,000 level. That is exactly what we got. So this incorporated literally everything that I talked about in my last video, and I'll make sure that I keep using these and making these for you guys. But I promise you, using Claude and using options and order flow in your trading, you're going to get similar trades like this almost every single day. So I'll get this posted right now, and then I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.